It's the middle of the night, and you're asleep on the cold ground, surrounded by the people you love. The fire has burned down to embers. Beyond the dim circle of light, the darkness is total, and the darkness is full of things that want to eat you. A cave hyena can crush your bones. A cave lion can drag you off before you wake. You can't see them. You can barely hear them. Your senses are weak, your eyes are useless in the dark, and you sleep through the night completely blind to the danger creeping toward camp. By every measure, you should not survive the night, but you do, because something is awake, something with ears that catch a footstep 100 yards away and a nose that smells a predator before it's even close. And the moment that thing senses danger, it explodes into barking and wakes the whole camp. That something is a wolf slowly becoming a dog, and without it, your ancestors might not have made it at all. So how did a partnership between humans and wolves change the entire story of human survival? The answer is bigger than most people realize. Dogs weren't just our pets. For tens of thousands of years, they were our alarm system, our weapons, our hunting partners, and our early warning network all rolled into one. And the bond goes back further than almost any other relationship in human history. Let's start with how it even happened, because it's stranger than you'd think. Around 20 to 40,000 years ago, give or take, wolves and humans started circling each other, not as predator and prey, but as two of the most successful pack hunters on Earth, sniffing out an opportunity. The leading theory is that it started with garbage. When humans made a kill and butchered it, they left scraps, bones, and waste at the edge of camp. The boldest, least fearful wolves crept in to eat those scraps. The shy, aggressive ones stayed away or got driven off. So the wolves that hung around humans were, generation after generation, the calmest and friendliest ones. They essentially domesticated themselves. The friendliest wolves got the most free food, survived best, and had the most pups. And over thousands of years, those wolves slowly became dogs. We didn't capture them. We made a deal with them, without either side ever saying a word. And what a deal it was. The first thing dogs gave humans was something our bodies completely lacked. Senses. Think about how badly equipped we are. Our sense of smell is feeble. Our hearing is mediocre. Our night vision is almost non-existent. We are, by animal standards, nearly oblivious to the world around us. A dog's nose is tens of thousands of times more sensitive than ours. Their hearing picks up sounds we can't register, at distances we can't imagine. They can detect a predator approaching the camp in pitch darkness long before any human could. For the first time in our entire existence, we had a sensory bodyguard. At night, while the whole group slept, the dogs stayed alert. One bark, and everyone was awake and armed. That single change, never being ambushed in your sleep again, may have saved countless lives. But dogs didn't just warn us, they fought beside us. Picture a hunt. Humans are persistence hunters. We track an animal at a steady jog for hours until it overheats and collapses. It works, but it's slow and exhausting. Now add dogs. Suddenly you can chase faster, corner prey, and pin a dangerous animal in place. Dogs could run down game we'd never catch on foot. They could hold a wounded animal at bay while hunters moved in for the kill. They could track a blood trail for miles when the wounded prey fled. Hunting success is the difference between life and death in a world without grocery stores. And the evidence suggests that groups with dogs simply ate better and more reliably than groups without them. More food meant more surviving children. More surviving children meant the partnership spread fast. And dogs flipped our oldest nightmare on its head. For 2 million years, humans were prey. We hid from predators, we ran from them, we lost children to them, and could do nothing but grieve. Dogs helped end that era. A pack of dogs could drive off a big cat or a bear that no group of unarmed humans could face alone. They could harass a predator, surround it, and buy the humans time to grab spears or escape. The animal that once would have hunted us now thought twice, because the camp had teeth of its own. We went from being the hunted to being protected, and the thing protecting us was a creature that, just a few thousand years earlier, had been one of the predators in the dark. There's a quieter benefit too, and on a freezing night it could mean everything. Warmth. Dogs are living furnaces running hotter than humans. In the brutal cold of the Ice Age, sleeping curled up against your dogs was a genuine survival strategy. There's an Australian expression, a 3-dog night, meaning a night so cold you needed 3 dogs huddled against you just to make it to morning. That phrase preserves an ancient truth. Long before blankets and heated homes, a dog at your side was the difference between waking up and freezing in your sleep. Now here's the part that proves how deep this bond ran. We didn't treat dogs like tools, we loved them. At a site called Bonn Oberkassel in Germany, archaeologists found a grave around 14,000 years old. Buried in it were 2 humans and a dog. And this dog hadn't just been tossed in. Analysis of its bones showed it had survived a severe illness as a puppy, something that would have left it useless for hunting or guarding for weeks. Someone had to have nursed it, fed it, kept it warm, and cared for it through that sickness, purely out of attachment, because a sick puppy gives you nothing in return. Then, when it died, it was buried alongside its people. This is one of the oldest pieces of evidence we have that humans and dogs weren't just useful to each other, they were family. 14,000 years ago, someone grieved for a dog the same way you would today. And the relationship rewired both species from the inside. Dogs evolved something no wolf has. They read us. A dog can follow your pointing finger, understand your tone of voice, and look into your eyes in a way wolves simply don't. When a dog and its owner look at each other, both of their brains release oxytocin, the same bonding chemical that floods a mother's brain when she holds her baby. Let that sink in. We are biologically wired to bond with dogs using the exact same machinery we use to bond with our own children. That didn't happen by accident. It was built slowly, over tens of thousands of years of two species choosing to stay close. Dogs are the only animal on Earth that evolved specifically to understand and love humans, and we evolved right back to love them. So when humans began their great migrations, spreading out of Africa and across every continent on Earth, the dogs came too. Into the frozen north, across land bridges, into deserts and forests and tundra. Wherever humans went, dogs went, scouting ahead, guarding the camp, hauling loads, hunting the food, and warming the nights. The expansion of humanity across the entire planet happened with dogs at our side the whole way. It's not a stretch to say that the human conquest of the world was a team effort and dogs were on the team. So picture it all together. A creature that gave us senses we never had, that hunted with us and fed us, that stood between us and the predators in the dark, that warmed us through ice age nights and walked beside us across the whole world, that we nursed through sickness and buried with our dead, that we are literally wired to love like our own children. Ancient humans were weak, slow, half-blind, and outmatched by almost everything around them. And the single greatest survival tool they ever found wasn't a sharper spear or a hotter fire. It was friendship with another species. The next time your dog rests its head on your knee and looks up at you, remember what that look really is. It's the oldest friendship in human history, tens of thousands of years deep, written into the bones of both your species. Your ancestors survived a world built to kill them, and they didn't do it alone. They did it with a dog asleep beside the fire, one ear still listening to the dark.